All right, so let's review questions. A question is a sentence that asks something. Some questions begin with question words. Who, what, when, where, why, and how. A question should begin with a capital letter and end with a question mark. So here are examples. When does the next train leave? Begins with a capital, ends with a question mark. Can you hear the whistle blowing? Begins with a capital, ends with a question mark. So I want to look at some questions. We have been working on correcting sentences. So let's look at this one. Why do flowers need water? So there's two things with this wrong with this sentence, and that is one, it should begin with a capital letter, and it should end with a question mark because it has a question word. Why? It's asking me something. When do roses bloom? Begins with a capital letter, ends with a question mark. What is the biggest flower? Begins with a capital letter, ends with a question mark. How tall does it grow? How should be capitalized, and my question should end with a question mark. On our review questions, it tells us to write each question correctly, like what we just did. Number 1, read it with me. Do these apples taste good? I know it's a question. Asking me something. I need a capital at the beginning. Do these apples taste good? And I need a question mark at the end. Read number 2 with me. How many eggs do you need? It's asking me something. How many eggs do you need? And it's asking me, so I need a question mark. Number 3. Who broke this vase? This is a question. Who? Capital at the beginning and a question mark at the end because it's asking a question. Number 4, read it with me. Will you take out the trash? This sentence needs a capital at the beginning and a question mark at the end. Is it time for bed yet? We need a capital I. Is it time for bed yet? And a question mark at the end. So here's your assignment. Review using questions. Remember, a question always begins with a capital letter and ends with a question mark. Are you going to the park? And our directions ask us to write each question correctly. So I want you to correctly write these sentences. Are you going to the beach? Can you open this jar? Do you like to play kickball? What is your name? When does school start? I want you to correctly write your sentences. Remember, capital at the beginning, question mark at the end.